Hello everyone, welcome to the next part of this kitchen fitting video. All of the carcasses, wall units, base units, tool units are in. If you've watched the previous videos, thank you very much. I haven't been able to get the video going as early as I wanted to today because I came in and I was told that the guys were coming to template the worktop, so I got here early and just sort of crashed straight on. I've done one of these end panels already, got the other one ready. Just now I know that I'm definitely going to be ahead of the templators. I'll quickly grab the camera and talk you through what I'm doing. Again, haven't showed you doing these end panels, but basically they consist of a sort of a corner post detail here, then the end panel, and obviously another corner post detail. Really quite simple, just a simple bit of measuring, cut the end panel to height and then cut it to width. And then what you can see I've done here is just put some screws down through the back of this corner post here to hold the whole thing solid. Looks really neat and tidy. And then all I'll do is basically, I can see here, is just screw, can you see that? Screw through the back of the unit, fairly standard stuff. So that one's ready. I'm going to stick on, I've already done this one obviously. That one's ready. I'm going to put it on this end. These hang over, sorry I'm moving around, I know I'm in a hurry, sorry. 22mm hanging out here, which accommodates the 20mm door and a 2mm buffer. Same with this one here. I've just got a cut, I don't know what that measurement is, about 30mm. Little space on the back there. Get that one fixed in place. Obviously I'm going to fix this one in place, and then I've got to do a similar thing for the wall unit here, hanging it down 35mm on the bottom and 35mm on the top, because there's a pelmet and lighting pelmet and cornice to go on there. So other jobs, once I've done that, once the panic's over, end panels to start cutting. Got end panel to cut in here, hang it down again, 35mm, end panel to cut in here, and a tall end panel to cut in there, and then a little scribe to fit in there, and then we can move on further on later in the day, hopefully get the integrated fridge freezer fitted. We've got to build a base up, about 40mm to get that dishwasher up. Oh yes, another job I've got to do actually before the templator guys come is make sure the sink's cut in there. So a little bit to do, busy for the next sort of hour or 40 minutes or so, and then hopefully the panel will be over because the templates will be here. But anyway, let's get on. Just got a little pencil mark at 22mm, you can see that there. It just helps save me using my tape each time. Just make sure that's perfect, which it is. No, just this way, tiny bit. So I'm going to fix this panel wherever I can. You want to hide your fixings, so I'm just going to pop my screw in behind the hinge plate here. I hope you can see that. I always pre-drill mine. Some people do, some people don't. I do. And we've got these lovely little 3.5 by 30 torque screws. Get a nice positive location in your screwdriver bit. No camming out. You can see that. I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, can you? That's it. Just don't want to push them in too deep, and I use a screwdriver for this, not an impact driver, because you get much more control. So, yep, got that bottom one to do now as well. Same again. Get a lot of control on the screwdriver rather than the impact driver. They're too aggressive for this. So the granite guys have been, I quickly cut their sink in, they turned up while I was having a cup of tea actually, so that's all of the base end panels on, the sinks in as well. So what I'm going to do now is just work on this this tall, where are we? This tall end panel here. I've got it set up on my cutting station over here, so really simple case, taking a few measurements, obviously track saw, absolute game changer. Really glad I bought that. Had a couple of years now and it's sort of absolutely fantastic for cutting panels like this. So yeah, we'll get that end panel in there and then we can work on these small end panels, wall end panels, one here, and then this end panel which has got this sort of curved section on it as well. So yeah, we're cracking on. What's going on here? We've got no power. Oh, gosh. So found out that the generator won't run my extractor, so excellent, fix that up. Nice. Obviously, you always got to be really careful when you're pre-drilling because obviously if you push it too far, you're going to come all the way through the facing, which you don't want. But you know, maybe just experience or just you can feel it. You know if you're going too far. So yeah, always take care if you're pre-drilling. I like pre-drilling because it means the screw hasn't got to do as much work to pull the two pieces together, if that makes sense, because you've drilled a hole to help with the sort of shank of the screw. That's my theory anyway. You tend to get less what they call jacking, and when you don't pre-drill, the two bits of material can get a little gap between them. Right. Boom. Nice. So the cornice is going to run all the way through here in one line, and obviously the lighting pelmet is going to sort of die or be cut into where this end panel hangs down. So excellent. Two on the other side now, one the same as this, and then one with that curved end on it. We're just going to work on this end one. So what we basically do is a similar detail to this, except obviously it's hanging down 35mm to accommodate the lighting pelmet, and it's standing up 35mm to accommodate the cornice, same thing. So it's 900mm from the top to the bottom, so we just had 70. So simply all I've done is measured 970 up here. We'll cut that, and then it's basically a case of, I think from memory, I think it's 30mm back. We basically cut the end panel 30mm smaller than the unit, and then that accommodates this corner post here. But we'll double check that. I think it's fairly accurate up the wall there, so I'll have a look. Obviously we might be able to get a straight cut up there, but we might need to scribe it a tiny bit. I don't know, probably splitting hairs a little bit, but yeah, let's get that cut and get that one put on, and that's all of those end panels done then. So unfortunately with this wall end panel that's got to stick 35mm up and 35mm down, we've hit a bit of a snag, and you can see here, this is the sort of bullnose rounded section I've cut, which is 970. You can see here, look, this panel is only 960, so unfortunately that's not going to work. The cornice and pelmet is definitely 35mm, so 70mm on top. So unfortunately, I think I've had a chat with the kitchen supplier, and they're going to have to supply a bigger panel. So not the end of the world, because it doesn't really affect anything, but just means I can't get that last panel on. But there we go. I can move on to the last bit here now, which is this filler panel over in this corner. So actually, scratch what I just said. It's game on again with this panel, because we just had a word with the kitchen supplier, and basically what we're going to do is we're pretty much going to sort of match up to these. We're going to hang this end panel down the 35mm, but we're going to keep it flush at the top, and then what he's going to order is these moulded, what they call corner blocks, moulded cornice returns. So basically the cornice, instead of dying into the end panel sticking up 35mm, it'll just return round. I think it'll look much better anyway, because we've got a nice straight unbroken cornice line on the top, and the lighting panel on the bottom is broken. You know, the line is broken in these panels here. So, yep, that's great. It means we can crack on and get that on. It's not a sort of job that's got to be done at a later date. And I suspect that corner block is significantly less money than a full height end panel, which will be a terrific amount of waste with. Just a little bit of cardboard there, just in case I slip with that drill and mark this front rounded corner here, or this edge here, so saves a load of aggro. Not too deep. Excellent. That's ready now. Beautiful. So I just need to cut some little 30mm blocks to put in the back here, and then we can fix it onto the wall cabinet. Nice. Oh, beautiful. Right, taking a couple of measurements, top, middle and bottom, let's see if it fits. Tiny bit tight at the top. Give me a straight edge in here, because obviously that panel's bowing slightly. Yes, so we are going to need an absolute smidge off there. I'll just plane that off. Right, just planed that off a bit up there. Let's see how she goes. Yes. Yes, that's beautiful. Yep. Yep. That is good. So, yep, I'll just fix that. Probably going to put a little bit of adhesive glue on there and just prop it up till that goes off. Going to be a flush fill on here. I'm not going to bring it forward. I think it's only small and it'll sit over this side. So, yeah, brilliant. Just get that one screwed up and that's that. Excellent. Just want a tiny spacer in there just to push that back because it's bowing slightly till that adhesive goes off. Excellent. So that is all of the end panels on and the filler done. So that's that part of it done. No more sort of cutting there. What I was going to move on to next, or what I would usually move on to next, would be to do this cornice and lighting permit. The reason I'm not going to do this cornice is partly because I've got to wait for this sort of return here that we spoke about earlier, but mostly because the Sparky's got to wire up a LED driver. He's got two to do, one here, I don't know if you can just see, one over there and one over here. I could cut all this, but then I'd have to take it all off and then it risks getting damaged and chipped. So I'm going to wait until he's done his electrical work there, and then I'll do that all in one go, and I might as well do the lighting pelmet at the same time. So yeah, that's all that. The eagle-eyed amongst you on the previous or the first one of these videos, and well sort of spotted, and I think I should just sort of clarify. We were saying earlier that I basically moved this entire run over, had to maintain this 60mm corner post here, and invariably what you do is you move everything over 60mm, if you move everything over, excuse me, and leave a 10mm gap on the base units to get everything to line up. As you see, when you come back, eventually what you'll have is a 10mm gap on the wall units as well. Now, fortunately, I spoke to the kitchen designer, and it's not a pre-made corner post here, so basically we can make it up on site, so I can reduce that back down to what it should be, which is 50mm. Sorry, it should be 60. I can reduce it to 50. Things you've got to be careful of here, for instance, and this is why I try to stick to the plan. If, for instance, this was a dishwasher in this corner, and then you've got a 22mm door here with a knob on it, if you make this a corner post too small, you could end up being in conflict here. But that's not the case in this instance. So we're okay, which basically meant I could basically pull this run of units to where they should be, which meant that this run of wall units weren't off the wall. Now, I have done it before where that has been a fixed corner post and you can't alter it, in which case you do have to bring this run of units off the wall. Doesn't matter, you just put a 10mm batten all the way behind them, top and bottom, and then again, the good thing about this kitchen supplier is all of the wall end panels are supplied oversized, so you can obviously accommodate any discrepancies like that. Exactly the same for the base panels. These base panels are 650, I think they come standard, and obviously this is only 560, plus 20mm 580, so you always have plenty to play with. You could pack those off 50mm if you wanted to. So just thought I'd clear it up, and well done, well spotted. There's obviously some keen-eyed kitchen installers who pointed that out on the first video. What are we going to do now? That's the end of kind of that phase. I think what I'm probably going to do for the rest of today is probably just snap some doors on. I can't build I need to build a little platform to sit the dishwasher on, but I haven't got anything here to do that. I like to do that and apply something nice and solid. So yeah, I think I'll just have a square up because it's a bit of just spin around it like Kylie, a bit of devastation everywhere. So I'll have a bit of a tidy up, and then I'll probably just get some doors out and start snapping some doors on for the rest of the day. So yeah, we're slowly getting there. Done.